Apa tu dua orang pergi di mana? Yar artis. Ada batu dan macam campur tadi sudah. Kau yang dapat itu macam saja. Ya. Ya. Berapa? Berapa? Bisa.
Ya, TV作为替补，你这个，俺那里是多少地方？来这真的这把这是替补的。
俺们很想不干，俺们这是的，叫他管你这个不是的，叫他管你这，叫他管咱们不没什么家，但是这是。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our apologies for delay. We're due to take you through our updates. It's the ZEC Commissioner Jasper Mangwana, who is also the Commission's spokesperson. So it's all yours, Comrade.
Thank you, Director Manyawi. Here with me is Chief Elections Officer, Mr. Toiles Laigwana, and the ZEC team. We apologize for the delay in the presser, but we are happy that you are here. You know, today, the 26th of March, the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission was conducting National Assembly elections for 28 constituencies and 122 local authority by-elections. The Commission would like to express gratitude to all the players that have been taking part in these electoral processes. As we have started on a good note, the 1,990 polling stations opened up in the morning at 7 o'clock, save for a few because of logistical issues. However, that time has been compensated because our polling stations should operate for 12 hours. On a sad note as well, the Commission would like to express its deepest sympathies to the family and relatives of an electoral officer who collapsed and died early morning at a polling station in Ward 5 in Bindura. The Commission is also extending its condolences to the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, which had seconded officers. May that person so rest in peace. Despite, generally all polling stations opening on time, polling moving on very well, we also witnessed some weather changes in other provinces like Bulawayo, Mashonaland East, Matabeleland North. There were some rains which might have caused some of the voters who were coming to vote maybe to really take their time. However, the numbers increased in the afternoon. We have seen a lot of numbers increasing in the afternoon, means that people are actually getting onto our polling stations. And on another issue, I think we have had instances where people are talking about the COVID-19 register, where we have had some people saying maybe we're not so sure what's happening with this, what is ZEC doing this. What we did as a commission is we made a statement to the public to tell them that this is only meant for the protection of people due to public health issues. Remember that the Commission partnered with the Ministry of Health and Childcare, Red Cross Society, to ensure that whenever people are getting to our polling stations, they're tested their temperatures. Not only that, the Ministry of Health had actually extended at a closer place to where the polling stations were to test even for COVID, to ensure that wherever we have a case, contact tracing can be done. This is purely meant for medical issues, none other thing besides the medical issues. However, we've seen a lot of people really coming in. And maybe another issue that I'll raise to you, we've also heard about the issues on the ink, the ZEC ink is expired, the ZEC ink is expired. The Commission would made also a statement and a percent to that, that the indelible ink is not expired, and a lot of the actual witnesses, it was just gimmick that ran on social media, but I think a lot of you have been correcting each other on social media. We also have issues of people that have been turned away when they were getting into polling stations, some because of the reasons that they did not bring any valid identity documents, some were bringing their driver's license, some were not on the voters roll because our voters rolls were closing at different times. The voters roll for the National Assembly closed on the 8th of January because they closed 2 days after the proclamation of the by-election by His Excellency, and then the voters rolls for the local authorities closed the days in which the vacancies arose. Because of that, some people were just thinking I transferred or I registered earlier, or I registered late, or I registered during the blitz, and because in my area there's an election, so I'm able to vote. The Commission has actually been engaging people, including political parties in the MPLCs, educating them about these differences. In 358 polling stations, the Commission had 2 voters rolls, one for the local authority and one for the National Assembly, simply because we know very well that their closing dates were very different. And maybe the other issue that the Commission will also bring to your attention is that we advertised these polling stations in the media 21 days before polling, which a lot of people have been seeing, and the Commission also advertised and published the names, the voters rolls for the polling stations in these areas for a period of 3 days before polling. And we're encouraging the electorate to go there and inspect and see their names. Some were actually, going to a polling station, sub-polling station A when they're voting a sub-polling station B, but we educated our people to use the available BVR inspection portals which have been given by the Commission to ensure that they get to their polling station and able to exercise their vote. As a Commission, we would like to tell you that we are happy with what has been going on. Almost our polling stations have closed because of time. They should open for 12 hours, and the majority of them, they're in time. Those who opened a little bit later, they also compensated that time. Now we await the figures. We're not going to be giving you figures on who voted where and what are the numbers. We'll wait for the results that are coming, because we believe these are quite key and very important for this process. From my end, I think those are the issues that I have. See one list if there's something that we may add. If there's nothing to add, maybe I'll ask Mr. Manyawi to questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, my name is Ajay Marat from my question sports is if the names were taken down only for medical reasons, why is it that it was not being undertaken by the relevant authorities like the nurses, also like what you do on the police for security reasons?
When we recruited the polling officers, there is a polling officer who's supposed to be only working on issues to do with temperature checks and sanitizing, who's actually health officer in that area. And in most cases, in most areas, we have Red Cross people manning those areas. When your details are taken by a Red Cross person, what would be the fear there? And over and above, for you to tell you that where's the Commission, we have every registered voter. Why would you think we would want a list that can be used for something else when we have the list? But we're just doing it to ensure that there is contact tracing for people where there is a COVID case. For your information, I'll tell you that one of our electoral offices in Matabele North tested positive today and is in isolation. These are the cases that we intend to address when such issues arise. This is only meant to protect everyone for the interest of public health.
Any more questions? Sorry? Okay.
My name is Leo from the Sunday Mail. I would like to find out if there's an indication of when we will get these results.
The indication of when we will get these results, I would want to take you through the process of how results are transmitted or counted and all that. After 7 o'clock, polling is closed, or maybe they close at 7:15. The polling officer declares that the polling is closed with the agents and the observers. After that, they start the counting. The law agreed that was starting the counting maybe in 10 minutes or in 20 minutes. When they are done with counting, remember voting is done at the polling station. When they are done with counting at the polling station and when everyone is agreed, they complete the V11 form. After completing the V11 form, it is signed by the agents. It is signed also by the observers who will be there in the polling officers there. After that is done, a copy of that V11 is actually posted outside that polling station for people out there to see what they voted for. However, these results will be manually transmitted, will be carried to the ward election center where collation is going to be done. When collation is done, these are added, and added after that, after everything has been verified, the observers agents they sign. After that, another form is created. When that form is created, if there is the election for the local authority, which is the councillor, and the winner is declared by the ward election officer. After the winner is declared, another form with those same results is actually published outside, and that form is taken again to the constituents command center, where collation for the constituents happens. However, our areas differ in terms of geography and mobility and maybe the speed of the car moving from one polling station to the other. But what we're telling is that as the commission, because we know that all the interested stakeholders are represented in these different polling areas, wherever the results are ready, they always come through, and as a commission will be very much interested to ensure that you actually get this result as they come through. Wherever there is any election that has been completed, we will notify you.
Yes?
Yes, Robert from Sly Media. There are also some reports where politicians from certain political parties were encouraging voters to take pictures of the ballot paper after they've cast their vote, so that when they get out of the room, they show the picture to the politician and they are paid $10. Has that report been raised to you, and after that, what's the way forward?
Thank you so much. I think if you've noted on our social media, we made a statement even on radio today pertaining that issue, because those people were actually not following the law. They would have done what we call an electoral offense, where you are taking a picture of a ballot that has been used. It's a level 10 offense, which warrants maybe up to a maximum of 12 months imprisonment, and you'll be able to exercise your electoral rights for the next 5 years. We have been talking about it, prohibiting any voters from doing that. However, since your allegation is there, I hope it will be taken to the police for them to look into that, because it's an electoral matter which will then go to the electoral court. But what we've done as a commission is to actually tell the masses that are voting to say, what practice is this? This practice is not in accordance with the law. You're actually breaking the law, and you're actually risking yourself to be eligible voter in the next election. 2023, for instance, you may not vote if you're found guilty. We have a case in Sunning where the police have already taken that case up, and we're looking forward to many cases which may be taken by the commission, because this will actually discredit our electoral processes. Why would you want people to outside there? Are you conniving for votes? It's not according to the law of the land. We follow the law. I don't know if I answered that call. Okay.
No, there's no wrong answer.
Previous question.
Seem to be one day.
Sorry.
If I can secure SABC News. I just wanted to find out if there have been any complaints, formal complaints that have been lodged to the commission regarding some of the accusations from political players. Have there been any political, or have there been any candidates who have actually lodged formal complaints with the commission regarding some of the issues that they raised?
Let me give that to my honorable CEO.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Just one moment, Commissioner.
We have received, sorry. All right, fine. We were saying that we received a complaint regarding the issues to do with polling station siting or polling station location. There was an allegation that the commission relocated the polling station, but when we investigated that, we noticed that that position was incorrect. In any case, you would also know that we published the polling stations 21 days before polling day, as the commissioner has already said. And within that period, we did not receive any until, I think, late yesterday or this morning. But we verified with our officers on the ground that the polling station that was said to have been moved away that information was not correct. In actual fact, in that particular polling station, there are 3 polling stations in the same area, A, B, C, D. So then there was an allegation that one of the A, B, C, D has been moved away. So you can see that it did not even make logic for you to have in 1, 2, 3 polling stations, then you say the other one was moved away. So that was false information according to ourselves. And we stuck to the polling stations as we published them 21 days earlier and this morning.
More questions? Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, question for my friend. I did not hear the venue or the place where the final result will be announced. Should we treat this as the command center where we live well, or are we supposed to go somewhere else where we are being cleared with official results being announced? What's the procedure?
Okay. What happens with the results are declared for this election? The results are declared at 2 points. There's a ward election. The ward election results is declared at the ward collection center once everything has been collected, as the commission has said. Then the constituency results are also declared at the constituency results center. So strictly speaking, there's no national results center to announce those results because they are supposed to be announced at the various constituency and ward centers. That's where they are announced. But of course, the commission is going to publicize those, going to gazette those for the purpose of information to yourselves and the public at large. But officially, they are announced at the ward center and at the constituency center.
All right. Thank you very much for coming around. I think we'll be issuing out the next update at 10
PM.
Yes. Thank you.